Finger out of its arse. Oh, it's live now. Cool, perfect. Right, we'll give it a few minutes. We'll let it populate. Been a while since I've done a live, so I'm going to come at you guys with a good one, which we'll get into shortly. Been a while since I've done a live and a fucking podcast, actually. So we're going to get into this very, very shortly. I'm just going to let the socials do its thing. What's happening, people, on Instagram? How's it going, dude? Cool. Can someone leave me an emoji in the comments on Instagram and Facebook if you can hear me and you can see me okay? Last time I tried this, I don't know what happened. Fucking technology. It cut off on Facebook and YouTube and just stayed on Instagram. I haven't got a fucking clue what happened. Cool. Right, we're going to get into this very shortly. I'm going to hit record so we know where we're at, and I've actually got it as a podcast episode. Cool, let's go. Right, records hit. We're working. Sweet, let's go. 3, 2, 1. Yes, team, welcome back to another episode of the Type 1 Movement podcast. It's been a fucking while. I was looking at where I upload all my episodes to then, and it's been a good 2 or 3 months since I've gone live. So today I was like, right, I need to get back into a routine of going live and delivering some fucking value and getting back on these podcast episodes. So today, what I'm going to be talking about is simplifying your nutrition as a type 1 diabetic with these 5 simple steps. Before we get into it, though, please leave me a rating and a review on the podcast app, as it does help me reach more type 1 diabetics and positively impact our community. Also, feel free, if you do listen to it, give it a screenshot, share it on your Instagram stories, share it on Facebook, and tag me at type1_Tom. So basically, from speaking with probably way over like 1,000 type 1 diabetics now, nutrition is always the thing that comes up when we're asking what the struggles are. So I'd simplify things down into 5 steps on how we go about nutrition with our one-to-one clients, right? Which is hopefully going to enable you to get a bit of clarity on your nutrition and hopefully eat in a way that you not only enjoy, it's not a fad, you can actually stick to, and 1, supports your blood sugar levels, which is important for us as type 1s, and 2, supports your fucking health as well. Yeah, and any body goals that you've got. So make sure you get ready to take some notes. You can always watch this back. You can always listen to it back on the podcast app. So we're going to jump straight into it. These are 5 things that we kind of do or ask our one-to-one clients when building out nutrition plans. First is probably the most important. What have you tried before? Have you tried a fad diet? Have you tried, I'm throwing things out there, low carb, high fat? Whatever you've tried before, if you're not doing that now, then obviously it didn't fucking work for you. So why would you go and do that again? So when we're speaking to clients and we're getting all their information, we're like, cool, what sort of ways of eating have you tried before? What did you enjoy? What didn't you enjoy? This enables us to know their history. So if you're doing this for yourself, you know your previous diet or way of eating history, and it enables us to build out a proper plan for them. So that's the first thing, because it also enables us to see what they're going to be able to be consistent with as well, right? Yeah. If they're saying, I've tried a keto diet before and I really didn't like it, I didn't have a lot of energy, I'm just throwing examples out here. Don't hate on any way of eating, not if it's serving a purpose and the person enjoys it. But for example, if they're like, I've tried keto, I didn't really like it, I had no energy, we're not going to go and fucking give them a keto nutrition plan, are we? So you need to ask yourself this: what have I tried before? Yeah, that's the first thing. The next thing, once you know what you've tried before, what I would then do, and what we do with our clients, is we go and work out their daily caloric intake. There's so many calorie calculators online. They're not exact, but they're going to get you in the ballpark. And you can put in this male or female, age, height, activity levels, what your goal is. Are you wanting to lose some body fat? Are you wanting to maintain your weight, gain some lean muscle, whatever the fuck it is. And it will spit you out a number of calories. Yeah. It's not going to be bang on, but it's going to get you in the ballpark. And this is what we do with our clients, right? So we know what we've tried before. We know what we enjoyed, what we're not doing now, what did or didn't work. Probably didn't work if you're still not fucking doing it now and you're looking for ways of eating. And then we've worked out our daily calorie intake, which is going to align if we want to drop some body fat, maintain our weight, and gain some lean muscle. So many calorie calculators online that you can go and stick your details into. Yeah. They're the first 2. The third thing then is we look at protein intake. A lot of type 1 diabetics, and I'm not being hating on females there, but predominantly a lot of females, even some males as well. So I suppose it is more of a split towards females, but they really struggle to get enough protein in. Now, as a gauge, you want to be eating around 1 gram of protein per 1 pound of lean body mass. I'm going to throw some general figures, what we find. So with females, with girls, it's probably anywhere from 80 to 120 grams of protein. I'm just throwing ballpark numbers out here. With guys, it's probably anywhere from 120 to 160 grams of protein. This is where we want to be, and that's going to take some of our calories away. There's a bit of maths in that, but you're going to have to go and do that by yourself. This is what we do for our clients. So we've got enough protein in there. The big one then is number 4, and this is the one that gets really confusing. Kind of do as you want to with carbs and fats, right? Let me give you an example. Carbs are an energy food, right? I'm a cyclist. I run in that. I need and I want carbs, right? Because it provides energy. If you're exercising that, some people might bash for this, but this is my personal opinion, and this is what we found works with clients, is if you're very active, you're going to need some carbs because our body's preferred source of fuel is carbs. I know people are on the keto diet. Yes, you can get energy from ketos, which is fats with ketones, sorry. Not the same as DKA, so don't mix those two fuckers up. But it's predominantly carbs. Now, some people feel better on a lower carb way of eating and upping the fats a little bit, still get the calories in. Protein always stays the same regardless of the way that you're eating, right? Some people feel better on a lower carb diet, which is what we ask our clients. Like, if they're eating low carb, I'm like, all right, cool. Do you enjoy eating that way? Yeah, I really enjoy it. I feel great. All right, cool. Let's keep it low carb then. But on the flip side, you might have someone who are like, I eat low carb, but I'm only doing it to try and control my blood sugar levels. I don't really enjoy it. Then we're not going to keep that person on a low carb diet because the chance of them being consistent with that is very fucking minimal because they don't fucking enjoy it. They've just told us. So you need to ask yourself this. How do you want to proportion your carbs and fats? Do you want to eat more carbs, less fats, or do you want to eat more fats, less carbs? Don't just do something because you feel that you have to do it that way to manage your blood sugar levels around it. Learn, if you want to eat more carbs, learn to fucking bolus correctly and get all your levels in check because it's doable. We do it time and time again with clients. So that's tip number 4. Kind of do as you wish with carbs and fats. If you're really active, I would go for more carbs, less fats. If you're a bit more sedentary, you're not that active, I would potentially, depends on the individual, there's so many loopholes in this, but potentially put the carbs down a little bit and increase the fats. Tip number 5, probably the most important, is be consistent. And this is why with point number 1, I said, what have you tried before? If you're going back to trying something that you tried before that you couldn't be consistent with, then there's no point in trying it again, right? Simple as that. So you need to be able to be consistent. You can't just do a certain way of eating for a couple of weeks and be like, all right, don't work for me, it's shit, blah, blah, blah. Like, you need to give it a good 6 to 8 weeks for you to notice any changes in your bloods, in your body, if you've got body goals. So that's probably one of the most important ones. So I'm going to scoot back over these 5 steps that we use with clients to help simplify nutrition when we're building out nutrition plans. 1, what have you tried before? Don't do that. Do something else if you're not doing it now. Or if you enjoyed certain aspects of that, you could do it. 2, work out your daily calorie intake. Use a calorie calculator online. 3, make sure you eat enough protein. 1 gram per 1 pound of lean body weight. So, I mean, if you're 200 odd pounds, you need 200 odd grams of protein. It's not all lean weight, right? 4, do as you wish with carbs and fats. 5, be consistent. And I'm going to give you a bonus tip here as well, which I live my life by and that we, promote to all of our clients. And it's this. Use the 80-20 rule. This means 80% of the time you bang on it, decent, nutritious, filled fucking foods. You know, we're adults. We know what we should be eating. So 80% of the time we do that. 20% of the time we eat what the fuck we want and we let our hair down. Simple as that. 80-20. Because if you try 100, not a lot of people can go 100 fucking balls deep all the time and be consistent with it. So I would try 80-20. It gives you a 20% buffer to do what you want, to go out for meals, to enjoy things with family and friends. Do you know what I mean? If you're feeling really rigid in the way that that you're having to eat and confined, you're trying to be 100%. When you get 90%, you're going to feel like a failure. So if you go 80-20, that's a great ballpark to be in. Team, that is it. With all this in mind on nutrition, I'm going to be running a completely free workshop on Monday, the 31st of this month. We're now on Thursday, probably a little bit later if you're catching this in the future. I'm going to be running a free workshop all about nutrition. It's going to take you through the basics of nutrition, calories, macros, how certain macros impact our blood sugar levels, a little bit on how we need to bolus for certain things, but not too much because that's a bigger part of the puzzle. And then through the exact processes and different protocols, ways of eating that we use with our clients, depending on the individual, and then specifically how we build out nutrition plans for clients. If you're really unsure about your nutrition, this is something you need to jump on, and it's free. Yeah. Now, if you're listening to this in the future on the podcast episode and it's gone, I'm sorry. But if you're listening to this before the 31st of July, all you need to do, drop me a DM if you've got me on socials. Drop me a DM and say nutrition, or comment on this video with nutrition, because I'm going to keep these lives out. And I'll drop you a DM with more information. Yeah. So free nutrition, webinar, seminar, training, whatever the fuck you want to call it. Monday the 31st. It's going to be at 6 p.m. UK time. Yeah. If you want in on it, comment on the videos if you're watching the video or you're listening to the podcast. Find me on socials, or if you're on the emails, say nutrition, and we'll drop you a DM and we'll give you more information, because you're going to have to come into our Facebook group, because that's where everything's sort of going to be housed and all the links, the relevant links, are going to be sent. Team, that is it. If you got value from this episode, please leave me a rating and review on the podcast, and I'll try and not leave it so long next time. My apologies. Until the next episode, good luck with your nutrition. Have a fucking great day. Peace. Right, I'm going to stick around for a couple of minutes. We'll see if we've got any questions. Guys, comment nutrition on this. I'm not going to see the comments when I go off live. So send me a DM and just say nutrition, and we can send you the relevant links or all the information that you're going to need. Cool. Right, team, that is it. Thank you very much for jumping on live. Try and be a bit fucking more consistent with these lives and these podcast episodes from now on to deliver some value to you guys. So appreciate you jumping on. Till the next live and podcast. Have a great day. Peace.